Hey everyone, it's James from Fun Foods, and today I'm going to show you how to make this giant Kinder Surprise egg. Now, if you don't know what a Kinder Surprise egg is, they're sold just about everywhere all over the world with the exception of the United States because of a choking hazard, so they're illegal here in the United States. So I made my own giant surprise egg. Now it's just a chocolate egg that has a hollow inside, and inside of it there's usually a little small capsule with a toy in it. So there is a capsule inside this thing, and it does have something inside, a surprise that you have to wait till the end to see. So make sure you keep watching, and I'll show you step by step how to make this. Also, just a little reminder, make sure you're clicking that bell notification so you'll be notified when I make new videos. The first thing you need to do is start off with a microwave safe dish, or you can do this over the stove if you have a double boiler, you can do that as well. We're just gonna melt down our candy wafers, which are nothing more than little milk chocolate candy wafers. I'm gonna pour it into this dish here. Take this, put this in the microwave at 30 seconds at a time, stirring in between each time. It should take a few minutes for it to melt down completely. Now that our chocolate has melted down, what I'm going to do is take a mold. I have an egg mold. This is a very large egg mold. I got this online. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to get a hold of one of these. And I'm just going to take this and pour my chocolate in there. Now before I do that, I have a cookie sheet where I have these other little Tupperware bowls on it. And I'm just going to set this on there just to kind of hold it so it doesn't flop around, because the egg shape doesn't work very well for stability anyway. And I'm just going to pour my chocolate into this mold. And we can just swash it around. When it's pretty much covered, you can take the excess out just by draining it back into your bowl. And it's a good idea right now just to go across the top with an offset spatula or something just to make it nice and even, especially at the point where we drained it. Now just take this whole thing, stick it in the refrigerator for 10 to 15 minutes, and it should harden up nicely. Our chocolate is hardened up nicely, but I want to do another coat just to make sure it's on there thick enough so that when we pop it out, it doesn't fall apart. Now sometimes your chocolate might be a bit thick, and what you can do is put like a teaspoon or two of vegetable oil and mix it in with it, and that'll thin it out nicely. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to pour it in just like I did the first time. I'm only going to pour about half because it's not going to need that much. And roll it around. Really pay extra close attention towards the top. And we can put it back in the refrigerator for another 10 or 15 minutes. So now we're going to take some white candy melts or white chocolate, whichever you prefer, and we're going to put it in the microwave, melt it down just like we did the milk chocolate. Now our white chocolate is melted down good. We'll pull our egg out of the refrigerator and we'll pour this in there. Okay, that's all set up in there. So now I'm just going to pour about a little less than half of this white chocolate in here. What I'm going to do now is just take my spoon and kind of just run it around. And back in the refrigerator it goes. And when that has hardened up, we're going to pull it out of the refrigerator, and what we got to do now is remove it from its mold. And I'm going to put it on another cookie sheet, and I just have some wax paper here just so it can lay on. I'm going to take my offset spatula and just go around to kind of break it up a little bit at the top. I'm just going to try to turn it upside down on here. Oh, it's coming out good. Don't have to turn it upside down. It came out nice and easy. So that is half of my mold. Try not to touch it too much. And just put that back in the refrigerator, and we're going to work on our other part. We're going to do another one of these exactly the same way we did that. Not going to show you. You can figure that out. Now that we have our surprise ready to go, I have pulled out my 2 halves of the egg out of the refrigerator. Now we don't want to touch these too much with our bare hands because they will melt. So I'm kind of just using some paper towels to hold them in place when I'm working with them. And what I got to do is actually flatten both of the sides just to make it easy so that they'll join up together. And how I'm going to do that is I just have a pan on the heat right now, and when it heats up, I am going to put the flat side down and just rub it a little bit until it's completely flat, and then do the other one and then join them together with the surprise inside. Do it the same way. And we kind of have to work fast here. We're going to put our little surprise in there, and let's join these up. At this stage, I've melted down some more of my chocolate, and I just put it in a piping bag. I cut a small hole out, and I'm going to go around this egg, filling all those gaps. And again, I'm just using a paper towel so my warm hands don't melt the chocolate. I'm just going to turn it on the side, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but we're just going to fill these gaps here. You can just take a small offset spatula and go around and kind of trim it up a little. And that's pretty much it. That is my giant Kinder Egg surprise. Now I'm making the wrapper for my Kinder Egg, and to do that I just have a large sheet of tin foil, and I have some acrylic paints. I have orange, I have white, I have other colors too, but I'm going to start with these. Now what we're going to do, since this is painted and dried, I'm going to paint it the rest of the way in a minute. I'm just going to take this, I'm going to flip it over, like so. And I'm going to pull our Kinder Egg out of the refrigerator, put it on this, and wrap it up. And that's it. That's my Kinder Surprise, my giant Kinder Surprise. So now what we're going to do is open this up after doing all that hard work of putting this thing together. I'm just going to unwrap it. And I'm going to cut it open. A real Kinder Egg opens up pretty easily. You just crack it pretty easily, but this one, homemade, we had to do some special work to it. There we go. Now we get to see what's inside the surprise. Oh, it's a little marshmallow peep. Well, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me make this giant Kinder Surprise egg. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Also hit that big red subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. You get new videos every week. And be sure to check out some of the videos I have off to the side. I think you may enjoy those as well. And as always, I will see you guys next week.